Hi, I'm Katie Benjamin, and for my global learning project, interaction number one, I met with my person at Big B and I interviewed her about her background and our similarities and our differences between each other. So, a typical day for me in the morning is struggling to get out of bed. I usually set like 5 alarms in the morning, and Caitlin said she agrees with me. She sets like 7 alarms in the morning, but the difference between me and Caitlin is Caitlin showers in the morning and I usually shower at night. So she has to get up a little earlier. And Caitlin every day likes to dress up and wear makeup. And me, I'm kind of laid back. I like to wear sweatshirts, sweatpants, leggings every day. So we kind of have that different type of typical day in the morning. And obviously, both of us go through our day. We do school, see our friends. And then at night, she said she's always up watching Netflix, and I'm exactly the same way. So, Caitlin said her worries in school were grades, and me and her had that similarity. Like I said recently, my parents are very strict about my grades, but my dad's more strict, and she said that her mom is more strict about her grades. So we have that difference, but we talked a lot about it and ended up having similarities of how like our parents dealt with it, and it was kind of cool. Caitlin also said that she always worried about like balancing school with like friends and like football games and all that stuff in school, and like I agreed with her completely, but like I usually like didn't have to balance my extracurriculars because they were balanced for me at my school, so it's a little different. And it was kind of nice hearing what she said about like her Michigan school compared to my Chicago school, and it was a little different, but we both went to public school. And another difference between me and Caitlin is she always worried about making friends. She said that where she's from, it was a little more difficult. People were more judgy, and like from where I'm from, people weren't that judgy, and like I think it was really easy for me to make friends. Maybe that's because I'm very outgoing, but she seems like a very outgoing girl, and she seems really nice, so I don't think she has that problem here. So what made me happy in school was the sports I played. I did cheerleading and I played softball. Kaylin said she's never done sports before and she's not very like good with like activities that involve running or anything, which I think is funny. She said she was more into clubs and stuff, which that's fun too. She said she loved her dances like prom, and she said that her school had a lot of those. My school only had like maybe a homecoming, a winter formal, and then a prom. So I had three, and she had like six dances at her school, which I think that is a lot of fun. And she said that it made her happy and stuff. Another difference was at my school, you were allowed to go off campus every day for food. And at her school, you were not allowed to, only on Fridays. So, like, days of football games, days of basketball games, like, she was allowed to go out, but, like, you had to be, like, a senior. At my school, all grades could go out except for freshmen because obviously freshmen cannot drive, so it would be a little difficult for them to go get food. And then another thing that made me happy in high school was I got to see my friends and family a lot because obviously they were close with me, and obviously going to college is a little different. I'm from Chicago, so I do not get to see my family a lot, but like I love it here and I love being here. For her, she loved being with her friends and having sleepovers and just staying up late and all that stuff. So a big test at my school was the ACT, which was a test that like gave you a score to see which college you got in, if you got into colleges. She took the SAT, which is kind of different, but and scored different. But she said she also took the ACT to send it to Michigan State and make sure she had both, and to see if she would get different scores differently on different tests. So me and Caitlin both did take courses and classes to help us for our ACT and SAT. We both kind of talked about how they didn't help, and she said she actually got more help and got a tutor, and she said that didn't help either. And then she said she decided to study on her own, and I did the exact same thing to be successful, and obviously it got me to a place I love and the school I wanted to be in, and she said the exact same thing. So closer to the end of me and Caitlin's date, we showed each other pictures from high school, and me and her kind of throughout high school did the same things. We both went to lots of concerts with our friends and went camping. We did a lot of cool things, and we found out that we're into the same kind of music. We like country music and a little rap and a little pop, and it was just really cool. We looked like she looked like she was friends with a smaller group, and I have a bigger group at home, but we had lots of similarities. So my reactions during this conversation was that me and Caitlin actually have a lot in common, and that I wouldn't think that because like I randomly started talking to her. And I thought that was pretty cool that we have a lot from our background at home and our background in general that I wouldn't think that we have a lot in common, but we actually do. And I'm happy I have been talking to her, and I'm excited to talk to her again. Maybe have another coffee date. And she seemed like a really cool girl, and I'd love to get to know her better.